had to end that one and come back. I don't know what happened. But we'll try this one and see what it does. That was crazy. Crazy. Hang on. There we go. I'll clean that one up. We'll come back to this one. All right, so nutshell. In a nutshell, we're finishing off our cards that we finished off, that we didn't finish on Friday. So we're finishing those off. Hopefully this will work. I don't know what just happened. All right, so as I was saying, I would normally use a full sheet of adhesive here, but I'm kind of rationing my full sheets, so I'm going to use these instead. But the other thing, I think I get more out of this than I do the full sheets. This guy right here, you only get like 5 to 10 full sheets in a pack. This thing has lasted a long, long time. And it's also perfect for these little guys because I also used it to put the cover here because it's like the perfect size. So consider picking yourself up some of these. These are really, really good to have. Okay. All right. Well, let me move this out of the way and let's get started. What I'm going to do is peel these backers off and reveal the adhesive. And I think what I'm going to do is not reveal all of it at one time. I think, let's get that rubbed down. I think I'm going to just start kind of at the top. Yeah, and just put some down there. And this time I'm going to do things differently. I'm just going to glue it down. I'm not really going to stress too much because I might emboss these. And if I emboss them, it's going to hide a lot of mistakes, a lot of errors. So I'm just going to glue down. Did you guys know that embossing, and I'm talking about like pressure embossing, it hides a lot of mistakes. So let's just get some stuff glued down. Let's just see how far we can go. I've been wanting to stick some of these in. I might be sorry about this later, but I think that'll be cute to add some of that hip hip hooray in. Then let's get us a piece we can just finish that off with. Yeah, that wide tape is great. You'll find a lot of uses for it. This might go quicker. Well, one thing is I don't have to stop to glue. The other thing is I am willy-nillying. Willy-nillying it. How was your weekend? What'd y'all do? Somebody tell me. Did you have a good weekend? Did you have a quiet weekend? Has it been cold or rainy? We have to talk weather. There's 2 things we will end up talking in this show. It's weather and food. I can promise you because it'll be lunchtime soon. Vinnie laughed. You know we'll talk weather and food.
It never hurts to talk food.
We like talking food. Are you already thinking about lunch? Not really. We had good breakfast. Vinnie made cheese biscuits this morning, and I wore some on my lip to work, and nobody told me. It was so kind of them. I know Shannon can hear me, so I'm like throwing them under the bus.
I'm ignoring you.
She's ignoring me. I just walked in and said, why did nobody tell me I had biscuit on my lip? And I was like, well, that's a nice surprise. I guess they just didn't get that close to me.
Why didn't nobody bring us cheese biscuits?
We should have, except you know what's funny? Now that it's just the 2 of us at home pretty much, Joe's never eating there anymore, hardly. We don't buy enough groceries to make big amounts anymore.
I understand.
Like, now we buy the half can of biscuits. And so you get half.
There's no extras.
Yeah, there's nothing left. We get a little half can. I do like that little can, though, because I feel like we don't waste it.
That's right.
But it's funny. You're still learning your recipe on the half can, though. He's got to get his recipe down. It does change things.
It does.
It changes the ratio of stuff. All right, let's put this little guy here. All right, let me see what y'all are saying. The higher the hair, the closer to God. Well, for the crafter, the wider the tape, the closer to God. That's cute. What else? We have another snowstorm coming soon. Vinnie, you should watch comments for me. You want to watch comments for me?
I can.
If you do, we can chat and I can keep working because I need to keep my head down.
Okay.
All right, let him get signed in and he can keep up with what everybody's saying up there so I can see what's going on.
Is it just on YouTube?
Yeah. Yes, sir. It is just YouTube. Y'all, we are using every single scrap. Every single one. We're attempting to. Attempting to. All right, Vinny's going to be in the chat, so in a minute he'll start filling me in on what everybody had to say. With my luck, you won't be able to find it. But if you just go to my channel, I'm live on the channel.
I'm there, babe.
All right.
I'm there.
This time it let me reconnect. This time it let me reconnect. Last time it did not let me reconnect.
Okay, now I'm back. Well, now I'm spinning again. Now I'm back. Hello, everyone.
If it starts to spin, tell me, because that's another thing. I can't always see that.
It said you froze again.
I'm not froze now. I can tell I'm not froze now.
Now you're not froze.
Yeah,
So.
you just got to catch up. Wow, I probably should have been a little nicer to this cardstock up here when I did that, but looky there. It sticks right back down like it's never happened. There we go. All right, let's fill in this gap. Let's find something we can fill in there with. So many scraps. I like the black. My fear is not being able to find, I'm going to cut these little, like these little points I'm cutting off because my fear is I won't be able to find anything to just fit in there. Ooh, that's going to bother somebody too. It's just going to have to be. It's just going to have to be.
Okay, Rachel, we'll pray for you, babe. Have a
What's
good visit.
happening?
She's going to the doctor to get her glucose level tested.
Here's what's happening, Vince. You're signed in and you're just enjoying the chat, not telling me what they're saying.
Well, if they say something that you need to know, I'll let you know.
I want to know everything.
Okay, Melanie says it's hot in Florida, 85 today.
Wow, that is hot.
And Ellen asked, can I see Sigma Boy? I don't know what that is. Is that somebody's sign in?
Maybe
Did they
somebody's
ask a
username.
question or something? Let me scroll back up and see if I see
Rachel, you're so sweet. Thank you. I just looked up and saw Rachel's comment. Dun, 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 dun. Look at this strip. I'm
We
not
got
going
some
to have to
birthdays going on.
cut. What? Who's got birthdays?
it. Hannah has a birthday today. Sherry has a birthday today, according to the people saying happy birthday.
Funny. You didn't see it. You're just believing it.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably up in the comments. And I just missed it, you know. Rachel, we appreciate you too. You're always so sweet. You're always late to open house, but we're glad you're here.
Shannon's like, just call her. That is not true. Last time she came early.
Hey, she was early. She likes to come when there's not a crowd.
She's smart to do that.
She's smart.
She
She's
waits out the
smart.
crowd so she can
waits till
hang
late.
out. She's here when we're all tired. That's when she gets here. No, this last time, didn't she come morning, Shannon?
She did. It was weird.
We were all like, you're not supposed to be here this early. That's funny. I don't care when she comes along, she shows up.
Karen, I don't have my mic on, so you're just hearing me on Maymay's phone.
Nobody has a mic on. Okay. Hey, Vinnie, remember when I got this little trimmer and I said, you don't need this trimmer, but you need this trimmer? It's so great for this.
So you really do need
Oh,
that
I
trimmer.
love this trimmer. This little mini trimmer is the greatest. If you're somebody who does these kinds of things a lot, you definitely want this. This guy's
Okay,
so cool.
Apparently, Hannah is a young watcher. She's 8.
Hannah, cool. What do you make, Hannah? What's your favorite thing to craft? It's so weird to ask a question, then you have to wait on the lag.
Yeah, it is.
But we're used to it.
Audrey says, good morning from Arizona.
You know what? Before your hearing aids, it was normal for me
What was?
to ask you a question and there'd be a lag.
Oh, you're so funny.
You just got jokes.
She's just full of them today, isn't she?
I just get used to living with, I'm always live and I'm always have a lag. So there is to it.
Terry wants to know, are you really zoomed out? Because it seems like you're way off.
I don't think I'm really zoomed out. I cheated. I got lazy right there.
She says she likes to do the thing that you're doing. Hannah did.
Oh, Hannah likes to do that. This makes sense because this is fun. This is fun. What I love is when they sort of match up. I don't have that one straight. You guys, it may be too late for this guy.
Lori said, good afternoon from GA, which I'm going to guess is Georgia.
Georgia. Yeah, they're an hour ahead
Can't
of us.
believe I finally, after 2 years, caught you live.
Wow, 2 years? Wow, that's a long time. I'm going to cut this off now because it's a long enough piece that I can use.
Somewhere else.
Yeah, actually, see how I've got a couple of
Scrap or scrap?
options here. I hate that I had to restart this because my original title was so good. It was finally the finale. I thought it was
Wow.
cute. Nothing impresses you, does it?
What an original title.
Have you heard that title? Finally, the finale? That's pretty original.
It's like the Maymay
What's the
roast.
peanut gallery over here
This-
behind us doing over here laughing? I can hear you now, Shannon.
It's like the Maymay roast.
Is that a warning? I
Now
can
she's-
hear you now, Shannon.
Yeah, now she's over. Normally I wouldn't hear her.
Shannon, I
back there
have
laughing.
hearing aids. I can hear you now. I actually came in and warned everybody the day he was getting them. Listen, he's getting those today. When he comes back, he'll be able to hear us. No more
Right.
comments behind his
No
back.
more whispering behind his back. And Shannon was freaked out because I was walking out, and she said, "I want to drink."
Yep. You can hear.
It's weird.
It's weird for all of us, babe. It's weird for
It
all of
is.
us.
It is, I'm sure.
Y'all are still going to be like, she's using all those scraps. This is going to use everything out of the box. No, it's not. They're still in there. They
Well,
keep multiplying.
Heidi said this is a great go-to project to clean up your scrap bin, even if you don't have a project to do with it.
I got news for you. You're going to be here a while because these scraps multiply in this box. They just do. I'm going to stick a word in here. I stuck a word up there.
Lisa, I'm old enough to be her daddy, but I guess we do act like siblings sometimes.
Y'all act like brother and sister.
I try to treat all of our employees like they're my kids, but sometimes that don't work.
We can all be your kids, but Sylvia.
Everybody was so good.
Everybody here but Sylvia could be my kid. That's correct, because I'm old.
Than us.
Older. That's what Shannon said.
Er.
Older. I gotta cover that one little hole, so it's gonna be jank, but it won't be when I finish. I promise. I mean, it won't. be.
Okay, so clarification, Hannah Chandler is the mama, and Reese is on her mom's account. So
Oh.
Reese is 8 years old today.
Hello, Reese, and happy birthday.
Did I read that right, Reese? I think I did. I hope I said your name right.
I like the name Reese. Is it spelled Reese?
Reece.
C-E,
So it
Reese.
might be
Yeah.
Reese.
No, it's Reese. Don't have enough adhesive. I'll have to add some glue on that one because I don't think I
So
have enough.
what strips are you, the adhesive strips are you using?
I use the 4 3/4 inch Craft Perfect strips, and I use the 1.5 inch score tape to fill this page
Cool beans.
because it just makes life this so much faster than what we were doing last week. Do I want this big blob of black? I do, because I like it. Some of y'all are going to hate that blob of black, but I think it's carrying through. I think we're good. I think we're cool.
Okay. Fiona said, I'm glad I got to catch y'all's live. It's 3 a.m. here in Japan. So I'm probably going to be heading to bed soon.
In Japan.
It's 3 a.m. Go to bed.
That's so cool, though, in Japan.
But thanks for watching.
That is amazing. Ah, okay. That is neat. It's so cool to think we can talk to people all. I just put my phone up here, turn it on, and people all over the world can connect. Come on. It messes with your brain, doesn't it?
A little bit.
It's so cool. Sorry, coffee break. In my Christmas cup. I love this cup. Somebody gave us this years ago. It's not even fancy. I think it's from the Dollar Tree. Probably Dollar General. But I love this cup. Look,
Okay,
Shannon,
so
this one.
Fiona said
Remember these?
her
Oh
dad
yeah,
is
because I had that
stationed.
one at home and I
I
brought
found it in
with
the
coffee.
pantry. Was this the
And
one you?
uh-huh.
It was in the little pantry. I love this
they're
cup.
so good.
They're so good.
I
Fiona
brought
says her
coffee.
daddy is stationed in Japan.
Oh.
So she is going to bed.
A bit.
Don't tell my dad I'm awake.
I won't tell him. Sleep good.
I love her. That's so
Talk
cool.
to you tomorrow.
Yeah, I think I
Today.
actually went back and bought more of those cups because I like them.
They're so good. All right, last one on here. Oops. Oops. Wow, we just took this trash out and look what I've done to it in just a matter of
It's full.
no time. Okay, so let's get this bottom done. Let's use some bigger scraps and work our way up. Let's use this guy. I actually found when we were putting the cards together, I like these big spaces that we had because they were cute to add sentiments over, so, or ephemera. Let's see if we can get some moving going here with these bigger pieces.
Is this a test?
What?
Someone, I'm not going to say their name because I got to figure out how to say it first, but they said, do my name.
Oh, it's a test for you.
Yeah, that's scary.
You got to figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, it went away.
Oh, Tabitha took it away.
Yeah, I think they're playing. That's okay. That's okay. We can play a little bit. As long as it all stays appropriate. I used to know somebody that said appropriate.
I heard you.
No, I said appropriate, but some people said, this one lady said appropriate. I think I worked with her. She said appropriate. And I think she was playing, but that's how she would say it. You know how we have words we say that aren't the way you're supposed to say it, but we know what it means, like fatty fat chunks. Sanitizer. You didn't like fatty fat chunks?
Fatty fat chunks are beef tips.
They're delicious.
I want to tell y'all something. And this is way off subject, but have you tried these? How do you say it? Awala?
Awala cups, yeah.
The Awala cups?
Mhm.
It's the most fascinating thing.
I love how simple you are. I really honestly love your
I
simplicity.
mean, it is. You can drink out of it or you can
Use the straw.
use the straw. And it's the same lid. It's just fascinating.
You're so cute. You're really cute,
Yeah,
honestly.
I got one, and Blake complains about the mini cups I have, but now he's looking at buying him one, so I'm on
It's
the
so
hook.
cool. I mean,
When
I
I
like
pick
to
up
just
his,
drink out
if
of
I
it.
pick up his cup, I use the straw, and if he picks it up, he drinks.
Yeah, Blake just uses the straw.
I
but
use
it
the
is
straw.
So cool. That is so
It
cool.
is. This one's a big one.
Yeah, I got the next
He's
one
so
there.
funny.
I've already emptied it one time today, so.
Look at you.
Oh, it ain't water.
No, it's
Oh,
Pepsi, Diet Pepsi. But
well, I emptied it too.
I'm gonna have to.
Well, not.
That's an easy
I would
empty.
have died Pepsi. I'd have dumped it down the drain.
You didn't do that one
I'm
quick.
gonna have to order Lacey another one.
Another drink.
Mackie, it's called an Awala, Owala, and the lid, you can. It's got a built-in straw feature.
Hey, Shannon.
So you can
Do
either
you know where
turn
our
it
foil
up
is
and
that
drink
works with
out of it,
adhesive?
or
That
you
would be
can
cute in
just
these gaps I have.
suck on the straw part that's
I don't know where
also
we
a
have that
part
right now.
of the lid. So it's weird, but pretty cool. Now this one is a big one because we got it for the golf cart when we were playing golf, so we'd have plenty of water or whatever
Diet
drink we
Pepsi.
want to put in it,
Or Diet Pepsi.
or Diet Pepsi. So, but it's pretty cool.
I haven't either. I don't know what we do with it. Why did I have a lot of this left over? Just a lot of this.
We have entirely too many cups, but we do like them.
I had a lot of that left over, and I do not know why.
But is it too many cups?
At home, I have a lot of cups.
I do too.
Yeah, I'm really, I don't know.
But
I'm
Shannon,
just
I got a lot of purses
simple-minded
too,
dude.
and
I'll
I'm still
just
going to
tell
buy
you that
more.
for sure. But
Right?
it's pretty cool.
They have a lot of other stuff. You're exactly
Uh-huh.
right.
So don't judge me.
I was looking at a designer purse. I was looking at a Coach purse, and I really wanted one. And I just kept on. I said, you know what? I'm not buying another one. I'm not doing it. I'm not buying another purse. I'm gonna wear the ones I got. I'm just gonna get use out of them. And then as soon as you say that, every ad on your phone is a beautiful purse.
Yep.
Every ad, and I'm just like, forget it. The world's against me. But I didn't buy one. I'm just carrying an old one.
Are you really though?
I really am. I'm carrying my old cheetah one that I love, and I mean,
Just wondering.
I love it. I'm gonna do it.
It's always been one of my favorites.
It's my favorite too. All right, check
I mean, I
this
know it
out.
doesn't matter what my favorite is when it comes to your purse, but still.
It's probably the same with everybody. If there's something you say, you know what, I'm gonna get one of those, and you go, no, I'm not. I bet it's everything in your feed. Y'all, we just covered that whole page. That didn't take too long. I'm going to trim out the edges using this here paper trimmer. This is how I like to do it. Turn this upside down. I don't know what I used as my base here. I thought it was a piece of scrap white, but now it feels real expensive. Speaking of expensive, Brenda Berry
Here
just
comes
walked
Brenda.
in.
You got the memo, except a different color.
I am live. You know that.
Ooh.
You're fine. I like to let everybody know that I am live.
Hey,
I said,
everybody.
Did you hear me say, speaking of expensive, Brenda just walked in.
Also, I wanted to tell you guys, if maybe hadn't already, we got a lot of restock in the store. So if you've been looking for something, you might want to go check and see
I'm on my way.
if it's there.
We got a lot of new stuff too, but I don't know if it's on the store yet. That's probably not till Thursday, right?
That would be a
Amber question.
Amber question, but I can't imagine it's not already in there, knowing her.
Look at these little bitty strips.
Oh my goodness.
Boom. There it is. Okay. I'm going to make another one before we cut this down because I don't know what we're going to turn it into. And y'all told me I have to not make cards or something like that. I've got to pick up some scraps I have thrown on the floor. Don't let me roll over your foot. 'Cause I got to bag.
Tamitha said the new stuff will be available on Thursday. So,
Okay. You'd think we'd know how this place works.
well, yeah.
We've worked here a while. We have worked here a while. Okay, y'all want to see the strips before we do it again? Let me show y'all. Here we go. You're going to think it's gone. And it just doesn't go down, you guys. Put them all back in. You're going to be shocked. Look. I mean, maybe that looks like a good bit less, but I don't think it does.
There's still a lot.
It's crazy, isn't it? I'm using every bit of this, so I'm just telling y'all it's happening. It's happening. That's so crazy. All right.
So is this not really finally the finale?
Oh, it's finaleing. We finaleing. Listen, if I have to fold this in half, I'm just going to tell you something. If I have to fold this in half, stick a sentiment on it, call it a large card, that's what's happening. At some point, y'all know me, I am really done. But I was challenged today not to make cards. So we'll see what we can do with it.
So what are you going to do with all them other scraps? How can you be finale'd and final if you ain't used them all?
We fixing to put them on this
Ooh,
sheet
I
right
can
here.
use scraps.
Oh, you're doing another scrap
Yeah,
thing?
we're doing another page. That's what I said.
That's
What a
got
good use.
hole in it.
What a good use of this page that has a random hole right in the center of it.
Somebody shot it with a BB gun.
It's not the semifinals. We finaling it. I want to do other stuff. I've got other stuff I want to do in these little lives, but this has taken over my world.
Reagan
So I'm
says
gonna
she
tell y'all
thinks it is
something.
a little smaller.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. The next time y'all say as many as, my eyes gonna start twitching. I'm just gonna tell y'all that's what's gonna happen. My eyes gonna start twitching.
Lisa said, what about bookmarks? Michelle said, use it in the folio. Rachel said, I thought, Rachel, you left because you were going to the doctor. Rachel said, tags.
I hope Rachel.
Ooh, tags.
You know, Rachel can live her life without your judgment.
There was no judgment.
Rachel, I thought you left.
I thought she did. She said she was going to the doctor.
Listen, don't ever watch this show with the volume up because Vinnie will call you out in front of your boss and everybody else. I thought you were working. I thought you're supposed to be on the clock. That's what he'd say. Hey, y'all, there is a new thing that I'm really excited to show y'all, but I probably am not allowed to show y'all. But I'll give you a sneak peek or a hint. Here we
You
go.
know you're going to get in trouble. Every time you show that, you get
It's
a
along the
sneak
lines
peek.
of this, and I'm real excited to show y'all. Oh, that's so sweet. Your 10-month-old baby girl. Oh, my
She
goodness.
says, ooh, ah.
I love that. Another reason I love my glass mat.
Reagan
Easy to
says
do
she
that.
works remote. Nobody's listening. Rachel, please tell me you're not watching us driving down the road.
It's like a podcast.
She says, I'm headed to the doctor. Y'all are keeping me company.
It's like a
It's like
podcast.
a podcast. I did that all the
I
time.
listen to YouTube videos as podcasts instead of watching podcasts. I listen to them.
I watch
I'm
all
either
the
going to be
time.
listening to a YouTube video if I'm driving by myself somewhere, or I'm going to be listening to my radio show. So what's the difference?
So she doesn't have to read.
That's true. If you'll just read all the chat showing everything that's going on.
That's a little much.
You could just be the narrator.
Okay. Lydia is actually watching on her husband's account. So Lydia is the one talking about her 10-month-old baby girl.
Aw.
And you're 10-month-old.
Lydia, that's my niece's name.
Love video.
Lydia.
It's Lidia is how she
Lydia's
spells it.
L-Y.
So is it not the same?
It sounds the same. Just Lydia spells hers with a Y. Our Lydia does.
1 year and 10-month-old baby girl.
Oh, 1 year and 10-month-old. I was gonna say your 10-month-old already saying my name's pretty good. Let's get that working.
Exactly.
Get more
Rachel
10 months all
says
doing that.
Her car lets her talk to text.
Mine too.
What kind of car do you have?
Mine does too.
I bet mine does too. I
Yours
just don't
does.
know.
Yours does. It does.
You guys, the fact that I can tell Siri something makes me pretty happy. I don't really know what all I can tell in my house to do
But you
things.
have a chauffeur most of the time.
I never drive.
You have
Never.
a chauffeur.
If he's not driving me,
Sub.
she's driving me, or you're driving me, or Missy's driving. I don't drive.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna forget how. I don't even get to drive the golf cart.
Well, that's not
You
surprising.
do sometimes.
No, I don't.
That's not surprising.
No, I don't. You say I'm gonna let you drive. I never get to drive. I never get to
I
drive.
get out and leave you in it to drive. Pull it around.
Now you will say pull it around. Listen,
That's the same thing.
I can drive the golf cart with my left hand and my left foot better than I can drive with my right.
I know. I can imagine.
All right, I got these big pieces. I don't think I want to use them here. I'm going to save them
Okay.
because I have 2 of them.
Mackie wants you to show my cup.
Mackie, I might spill it.
Hopefully
Will it
it don't
spill?
leak. Surely it don't leak.
I don't know. I'm holding it like it's like a toddler, like an infant. This is what it's called. It's an Owala. Owala. And then on the inside, I
It's
can't
just
show
now
you
coming
this.
in, so
I can't show them. Oh, I might can. Okay, it's gonna be super up close. That's the straw, and that's just, so if you just turn it up, you can just drink, or you can drink out of the straw. My daughter-in-law Sam told me that this keeps your mouth from getting the wrinkles. I'm not sure that's the case. I think it's gonna put my wrinkles in a different spot.
I don't
That's what I
think they
think
ever
they're
saw it.
I already have mine, so it doesn't matter.
They'll see it. It's just you didn't see it yet. It just went
No,
away.
I think you didn't get it in the lid part in the camera. But
If you'll go to the Owala site, I'm sure they have an
what size
explanation.
is this one? 40 ounce?
40, I think. I didn't mean to buy the 40. Let me be honest. I didn't mean to buy that size because I wanted it to fit in my cup holder in the car, and that one's too big. We had to get those, like, what are they called? Adapters
Adapters for the cup
to make it
holders, yeah.
fit. So I would get, Shannon's is a 30,
24.
34. Her size is probably more what you want.
24.
Oh, 24. My bad, 24. And Brenda, you have one?
Nope.
This-
You would
this
love
here-
I
that.
have my big old Walmart ones.
Yeah. Rachel said, is that Brenda? It is Brenda.
It is. Hey, Rachel.
She showed up.
I showed up. Well, it's about lunchtime.
Yeah, well, I said, I guarantee you in this show, we'll talk about food. And what was the other thing I said we talk about? Food and weather.
Weather. Oh, I didn't know it was cold.
You know what? I got lucky because I was going to dress for 70, and Vince said, I don't think it's supposed to be as warm today. And he made me look, or else I'd have just been here in 70-degree clothes, which is not this shirt.
Nope.
This isn't just taken.
I went against my grandmother's rule, and she is always right. I didn't put my camisole on. She says you wear
Oh.
your camisole until March 1. Well, she said May 1, but now March is May.
All year for this girl.
Yeah, Shannon wears
Lydia
one all the
says
time.
She used to spell her name with a Y,
Oh.
but she said she was born in Mexico. So when my parents had to send along a copy of my birth certificate for the diploma, I had to learn to write my name with an I instead of a Y.
That's interesting.
That is interesting.
That means she says it really pretty because if she is of Spanish descent, she
Oh,
says it
yeah.
like Lydia, or have, you know, the pretty
Yeah.
way, not the way we say it.
Lydia.
Not Lydia.
Lydia.
I say lid. That's what I call her, lid.
Yep.
Or that's what I call my niece, lid. For the most part. For the most part.
Okay, I'm showing 270 people watching,
Wow.
but I'm only showing 35 likes. So
Babe, that tells you something. They don't like this.
something ain't right.
Y'all better like it because I'm getting twitchy.
Literally, I'm getting twitchy and I'm just watching.
I'm getting twitchy over here.
I'll refresh, so let's see what it
Can I
says
tell
now.
y'all something funny? Can
Now
I
it
show
says
my age?
89 people liking. That's a little better.
Can I show you my age? Yesterday,
101 now. Y'all getting the point.
I was watching one of my
112. Come on now. That's what I'm talking about. See, now you're making me feel better.
I was watching one of my
Am I
YouTubers.
interrupting you?
Gee whiz. And her video title said, I'm a Twitcher now. And I thought, well, I don't think I'd tell people like that I started twitching. I thought she meant like she had Twitch.
What is a Twitcher?
She's on Twitch.
Oh,
that's
I
what
didn't
she
even
was
know.
saying.
Is Twitch
I
another
was like,
thing?
why would you say you're a Twitcher? Like, why would you say
Why would you say that? What
Yeah.
is Twitch?
Twitch
Okay,
is
can
like
you
a
see
like a
can you see
YouTube
the
at night.
comments?
Oh.
Like a YouTube at night.
Pronounced in Spanish.
Oh, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Did I miss it? Pronounces Lethia? Lethia? You have to say, I don't know how to do it. It's beautiful either way.
I know. Letitia?
We're going to make it worse. Our Southern is fixing to really mess this up.
Listen, I cannot pronounce words that people understand. I know exactly what I'm talking about.
You and Vinnie.
But pronunciation has never
I
been
got to
my
tell y'all
friend.
something. The other day we were going home. Can I tell them?
I don't know which story you're going to tell about me that's going to embarrass me, but yeah, go ahead.
We were driving home and this black cat tried to cross the road. And I kept my cool. I did not make fun of you.
You did.
This black cat tried to cross the road. And Vince just about ran us off the road, avoiding letting this cat cross in front of us. And then he said, I don't know why I did that. I'm not suspicious.
I'm not suspicious. Yeah, he is suspicious.
I said, yeah. I said, and he said, I'm not superstitious. And I said, you're super suspicious. I'll tell you that. You are
I am
super
that.
suspicious. That was so funny. I'm
If
not
I had my
I'm not
own language,
suspicious.
If y'all hadn't learned that in 12 years, you just don't know.
I love
Me
that.
too.
I'm not suspicious.
I always understand Vinnie. I speak his language.
You speak Vinnie.
I speak Vinnie.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Because you called Rachel out. She's telling everybody to get you.
He called me out. Get him.
That was so funny. I'm not suspicious. I said, yeah, you're pretty suspicious. I said, you're not super suspicious, but I think you might be super suspicious. My goodness, that piece just wants to turn. If it's crooked, I apologize. It is what it is. That piece did not
who
want to
would
stay
know?
straight.
Who would
Trust
know?
me. You know what? On camera, you can really tell when something's
On
crooked, but
camera.
in real life, it's like, eh.
Well, after you get finished, it won't be.
A lot of times when I'm filming, I look at the camera to see if I got something straight. Look, it's going in all different directions. I'm not going to worry about that.
I was going to say,
I'm
don't
not
worry
going to
about
stress
that.
about that. I got to get this out of my way.
Okay, she's given us the pronunciation of it, so look at it again. She said the TH
Lee
is pronounced as in the
Dia.
word the.
Lethea. 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 Lethea.
There's a D-I-A.
That's pretty.
I wonder
Lethea.
if she's just sitting over there
Laughing at us?
her head off.
Let me see if I can get him to say this.
Let's see what I can get them to say.
Apple, bees. Vinnie.
Maymay, where did you get your watch band?
It's such a long story, and it's not a long story where I got it, but okay, listen. It sounds so bougie, and I don't mean for it to, but it is a Coach watch band. But what happened was my friend and I decided to get new watches.
I'm waiting for mine.
I say that because Brenda also ordered her new watch. But we decided to get new watches because ours were very old, and I got the gold watch, right? Because I thought that'd be cool. It'll look like my jewelry. Well, the problem is finding a band to match this case is really hard to do. And not only that, I wanted it to have a gold piece that went inside, like it was part of it, and then have gold and silver on the band so I could wear all my jewelry with it. Well, you can't really find them. There were very few out there. I think there were like 3 that started with gold. Most of them start with silver, and so you get that silver post, and I didn't want that. That's why it's a long story. So I saw this Coach band on Amazon, and I'm like, I'm not paying that for that. And it had really bad reviews, by the way. It had really bad reviews. So I was like, I'm not paying. I think it was $130. Like, I'm not paying that. Well, when I couldn't find the band I wanted, I finally said to myself, you know what? If it's a band that I don't have to change out constantly, what's the difference in buying 1 band and 5 bands, right? So I decided to get it. And I'm just going to tell y'all something. Those reviews were not, I need to go put a review on because the reviews, I don't think they were right. I had to have it resized, and I took it to my local jeweler, and even he bragged about how good the quality was.
Yeah.
And I was like, why would it had such bad reviews? It had like 2.5 stars. But even my jeweler was like, that's a really nice watch band, Apple watch band. He'd never seen one like that. So long story, it's a Coach band, and they do sell it on the Coach site as well. But I just bought it on Amazon because I knew the easy return policy is what I liked. In case it was as bad as the review said, which I'm still so shocked by the reviews. But I
love
will.
this comment. She
Hey, can I
says
say
she's
this real
not
quick?
laughing.
If you buy this,
chuckling.
hold on one second. If you buy this band, this is very important. I tell you, do not try to change your post yourself. I have that tool to take out a link, but these links are different on the inside, and I broke it when I did it. Didn't break it, but I couldn't fix it, and we had to take it to the jeweler to get fixed. So just don't don't think you can just change the links yourself. You will have to go have it changed. Sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt you, babe. That was
She
it.
says she's not laughing, just chuckling.
Just chuckling. That's funny.
She's a chuckler.
Anyway, so now there's the whole story about the watch band. But I do love the band, and I do think it's pretty, but I'm not going to buy it. I usually have, like, a bunch of bands, and I change them. Y'all seen. I change them out all the time, but I'm like, you know what? I'm just not going to buy a bunch of bands. And it's so much quicker to not change them all out, to just leave the house with...
I ain't promising nothing.
No. And I probably will at some point. Like, I like to have them for the holidays. I like to have holiday bands and stuff like that. But I think I can wear this. I mean, I've been wearing it to golf, and it's great. I thought it would be too heavy for it, but so far it's been all right.
Bucky asked me why I wanted gold. He said, all your stuff is white gold, not yellow gold.
If you get this, you can wear it. It don't matter. Get two.
I always have a, see, mine has the multi-band.
But, see, and that's the thing. I just didn't want silver first. I wanted gold first. It's very hard to find.
And
Okay, look
I don't
at
care.
her comment again.
Okay.
I would rarely have told anyone the name in Spanish. Look at that.
I gotta find it. Hold on. Really?
That's fascinating, isn't it?
Lydia. Wow. So you are German also? Or German
German.
from Mexico?
German Mennonites from Mexico.
So you're
Wow.
you're a Mennonite descent who lived in Mexico. Clarify that for us. That's kind of cool.
Lydia.
She said known as a Low German Mennonite from Mexico.
All right.
That's cool.
That is cool.
I follow a girl that's a Hutterite. Their life is fascinating to me.
Never heard of it.
They're German descent, and I think they're just a different, Hutterite, Mennonite, Amish. There are differences in them. It's mostly doctrinal. I don't really know what it is, but like when you watch her life feels very Mennonite, Amish. You know what I'm saying? But I think the doctrine is different in some way. But yeah, she's
Still
in
pretty
Canada.
cool.
Yes.
There's something about the way they live that I think I would love. The way they work together in community and how they
I love community.
I love it. I think it is part of
Love
Christianity.
community. Yes.
I think it comes along with Christianity, how we all want to be together and work together and
Well,
like
when two or more.
I think it has to do with that. I really do think it's built into us to want to be in community. You know what I'm saying? I do think that. No sermon today. We just talking.
We're just talking. When two or more.
I love that. All right. Okay, listen. I'm putting this cake sideways. I just can't. I can't. Maybe I'll do it this way. What if I do it long ways? Okay. Because it will mess with somebody for the rest of the day. They'll be like, I've got to lay on the couch all day because Maymay put that cake sideways. I mean, I'd have to do that.
Well, put it sideways and let's go.
And let's go eat
get
cake.
on the couch. Let's go get on the couch. Oh, I've got so much to do at home, and I'm standing here doing
You just
nothing.
avoid. That's what you do. Let's avoid it. We don't want to do that.
Avoiding it.
These scraps are
No.
not getting less.
I felt like we got a lot done yesterday afternoon.
Well, yeah.
That we wanted, a couple of things anyway.
Yeah. I started making a list of things I want to accomplish, and the list does. The problem is you check something off, then you add something else, is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's never done.
I had the strangest experience with Bryson yesterday. Bryson is a picky eater.
Bryson's her granddaughter, by the way.
Yeah, and so she wanted to go out and eat. So we said, hey, that's great. So after church, we pick them up, she and her boyfriend, and we go to a Thai restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like,
Have you never
"Baby
had Thai?"
girl, yes, but her.
But she didn't like it?
Yeah, well, she's the one that wanted to go there. And I'm like, how in the world did you do that? Tyler said, I told her they had noodles.
It's the chicken fingers.
I told her they had noodles. So she ate F-O-U, pho. She calls it pho.
Is it
Noodles and beef. or
P-H-O? I think it's
Yes,
P-H-O.
P-H-O.
Pho.
Pho. That's what it is. Pho.
Well, that's cool. She says, born in Mexico, but my great-great-great-grandparents, I think, are from Russia and fled during the persecution to Canada, and then slowly their offspring started moving through the U.S. to Mexico.
Oh, right. That is interesting. But then after we ate, she said, "Oh, I want to take you all to my new favorite place." And we're like, "Oh, that's great." So we get there, and it's an Oriental grocery store. It's got,
Her Asian roots are starting to show.
I know.
Her dad is.
Her dad is.
Is he? Is he all Asian, or is his
no,
mama
he's,
Asian?
He's half Korean. He's the fourth Korean.
Korean. But is his mama on his mama's side or his daddy's? I can't remember.
His mama is Mexican Indian.
She has lots of different
Yeah,
culture.
lots
Look at that.
That looks good.
I love when one just fits in a spot.
Love it.
It just fit in the spot. Let's find another one. Y'all, they're just not going away. What's going to have to happen is off camera, I'm going to accidentally with my elbow hit this box.
I was gonna say, that's where I was headed over here to do this.
And they're going to fly across the room and I'm going to give myself a break. I'm going to be like, oops,
Too little. Oh, it's next to a green.
oops.
This is my kind. I like this.
You would not enjoy sitting here doing this. You want
Well,
to
I would
move
do
on to
it
something
a whole
else.
lot different than you are.
You want to move on to something else. I'm going to put that right there, but I'm going to cut it down. That angle to my advantage. I got to make it smaller. Shannon's over there like, I'm still here.
Mm-hmm. Letting everybody know it.
She's getting bracelets ready, you guys. Speaking of Mr. Jim, we need you to be praying for him. He was admitted to the hospital over the weekend.
Oh, no.
Miss Carol was here today and told me I could tell y'all, and she would like for you guys to be praying for him, please. And we asked her if she wanted us to postpone the bracelet sale, and she said no, go ahead. And what we're going to do for her is we're going to do the shipping. She just let us sign into her website, so you'll still pay through her website. You'll still do that, but then we're just going to ship them out to you guys using her website to keep her from having. She is all over the place right now.
So Jackie says, and it's important that you hear this, it's a scientific principle that you are increasing the paper space as you cut it up.
Okay.
In other words, you're cutting those pieces, in my mind anyway, you're cutting those pieces and you're creating more straps.
Well, sure.
by doing
That's what
it,
I'm saying. They just don't go away.
'cause
they just
grow
don't.
every time you cut one. So
Well,
you
I'm not
see
going to
it.
use every single one. I'm just trying to get the majority of these out of here. If my elbow hits it, is what you're saying? My elbow should hit it and sling them up into the air, and I can't cut any more down?
Love this page.
No, I would just say just stick them. Don't cut them.
Well, the problem is I have to fit in. The way I'm doing this is to fit in spaces. So here's a biggie. I will call this in a minute, and I won't be sad about it because I've used more than I've ever used. Look, I got some going. Let's go in the long way. She said it was a scientific fact.
Yep. Scientific principle.
Principle. Is there a difference in a fact and a principle?
I just wanted to clarify what she said.
Brenda just handed them to me, and I'm just sticking them down. That's kind of cute with the words. I don't know what's going to happen to them when we're done, but this one's got a scrap glue to it.
Uh-oh.
Ah. We got something skinny. Oh, wait, this might do it. Nope, not long enough. See that one? About yay long and skinny. What about this one? What's on the back of that one? That might do it. That might do it.
Finish it off. Oh, it's perfect, isn't it?
A little short, but I got this piece.
Here's a word. Oh, you've already got it.
Phew. The things we challenge ourselves to do and then regret. This is like a New Year's resolution. And I'm 3 months in.
That one's got a hole.
Yeah, I've been cutting those out. We're going to go like wonk and wonk. I'm 3 months in. Y'all know what that means. What happens when you're 3 months into a resolution?
Ooh.
You're done.
Karen wants to know if you think you could clean like those Heterite girls do.
No. Oh my goodness.
If you could do what now?
They clean. And the other thing is this. I just don't understand how thorough they. I'm not saying I don't understand them being thorough. I don't understand how they know to be so thorough. Like
They taught them.
it's more than you can comprehend. Their cleaning, like they clean every Friday. They clean their home, but it's not like how we clean. They get on their hands and knees. They
Cinderella style.
soap in a bucket
Cinderella style.
kind of thing, and like it's not like how we clean. And like they also clean their school once a week, their church, and they all share their kitchen. They all bake. They all cook. It's just. They really do keep a tight schedule.
Does that fit in between that narrow space? or is it
Isabel
too-
said if you overlap and put it through the embossing folder, it will work.
I know. I just am trying not to have to do that. That's what I was saying. Today, if I overlap, I'll emboss. If I don't overlap, I'll emboss. Sometimes it's a little tighter than I want to fight it in my embossing machine.
Good morning, Terrence.
Oh, hey,
Sometimes it
Terrence.
is.
This one you can cut down. You can see it. It's amazing how something can get lost in all this.
It's amazing how many there are.
I know.
See if I can fill this gap in a little bit. We're getting there on this page.
Too close to.
I'm to the point that I'm not stressing about that.
I think this will fit.
Put this one over here.
I'll have to cut that one. Come on. Out of. Oh, this one
Close. Close.
That one might fit over there.
Nope. This one might.
Might fit over on that side. No. That one. Yeah. Still got a wee bitty.
This one might do it. I'm gonna trim some off because it's hanging out way too much. It's hanging out way too much. Will it go that way? Yeah. All right, almost done on this page, and then I'll show you the scraps.
That fit on the
Show you what's left. We gotta do these bottoms.
bottom. I don't know if that will work or not. Here's one.
Look at this tiny scrap I'm using right here.
Oh wow.
That's
one
crazy.
Might fit. Now we need teeny tiny.
We need something here. I'm trying to find something that I don't have to cut down too much. This might do it.
Oh,
Well, I can do that one.
either one. Is that not the right?
It'll work.
Good. There we go.
All right. What can we get on that teeny bottom? I can lay something and cut it off.
Yeah.
That's too big to lay.
This might fit in the under the black to put it on. It's a little too big.
I can cut it. I may not cut it until I need to. These probably won't stay. They're so tiny. Sometimes that happens when I start moving around. This
Yeah.
may go here. Let's see what happens when I flip it over. If they stay, they stay. If they don't, they don't. All right, let's cut. Let's cut. All right, you pile all the scraps back in there so we can show them where we're at. We keep showing them. This is not scraps, that's ephemeras. That's ephemeras. All right, you're gonna need these. Isn't it great? Okay, hang on. Don't accidentally flip that across the room.
Don't worry.
Y'all would be so mad at me if I did that. Look at all those. I'm going to give myself a pass at some point, whether anybody does or not.
I'm giving you a pass. I'm impressed.
Whether anybody gives me a pass or not, I'm going to give myself a pass in a minute. All right, let's show them that. There we go. Now, I'm just going to say, I think I can get rid of those and not feel bad.
Yes. I agree.
What y'all think? I'm looking for what y'all say. Don't y'all think I can say, okay, this one, it can go. For sure. This one, these are just little leftover smidgies. This one, I could justify getting rid of all of these.
What would they do with that? If that much.
Well, they probably wouldn't go this far. What I was trying to do, because I did an as many as, and I was trying to use every single tiny scrap to see if I could. Yeah. And yes, I could keep going with this right here, but I mean, I'm just
done
beyond this. Okay.
Done.
Look, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I'm with you.
I'm just beyond it. So let's do this. I don't want to throw them out yet. I want to take a picture because I may want to show in a video somewhere what we have left. So let's just set that somewhere so we can do that. So here's what we got. We really did a lot. All right, what I'm going to do now is decide what I'm going to do with these two sheets. Some people mentioned bookmarks. Some people mentioned tags. Some people, what else was mentioned? A bookmark. This page would be cute to be bookmarks. You know it?
I like the tag idea. I would enjoy getting that as a tag.
Well, if I'm going to do tags, what I'll do, I need some cardstock. Can you look over there and get me something that matches? Like 12 by 12, yellow, green. Well, here, take this so you can get the right colors because they're not exactly bright. Susan said, keep the ones with words. Don't be wasteful, LOL. There were a couple. We might use the sentiments. We'll see, because I have an idea. Oh, I was going to say make confetti out of that. I don't use confetti like that. Paper shredder time. That's a good idea, too, to put it through the paper shredder. Here's my thought. I'm not going to make this the whole front of a tag. I'm thinking this will be an accent on the tag, is what I'm thinking. So, if we get some cardstock.
3 choices.
I'm going to use them all, because I'm going to need... Maybe not that one. I don't love that one.
I don't love it either.
This one's a little too thin. I'm going to start with this one. Find me thicker like this. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yep.
All right. So this piece of cardstock right here, I'm going to turn this into tags. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it down to my usual, which is like 2 3/4. Yeah, 2 3/4. This is going to get me several off of this page. By 4 1/4.
That yellow is too bright.
Check this pack right there. And I'm going to cut this down to 4 1/4. All right, so that gets me, should be 8 there. So if I take my sheet, I'll take this one because you're using that one. If I take this sheet, and because my words go in this way, I'm going to cut my strips this way. So I'm going to cut 2 3/4 here. Probably any of that. You can...
Yeah, we can use that. You know what? It's closer.
I'm going to do just one strip off the side first. And then how high up do I want this to go? Let's put this like... I want it at the bottom, I think. Or do I want it at the top? It'd be cute at the top, too. Let's do the bottom first. So let's cut these down into... Cut that down into, what is this? Let's see. Let's see what this is. All right, let's cut this into 1 3/4 strips. Let's see how many we can get. I'm not going to emboss today just because I do not have the room to put an embossing machine on this desk. It's just not going to happen. I have made a huge mess. All right, that's 4. 5. This is 6. I'll probably use that as well. All right, I want 2 more, and I may do some more in that same size. But I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to harvest this right here off the side. So I'm going to cut that down to 1 3/4 so I don't mess up those words. I'm going to cut right through that exclamation point, but not the word, so we're fine. Then we're going to cut these to 2 3/4. I just need 2 of them. And 2 3/4. I'm going to leave this alone for now. And let's go to those little tag pieces that we have. And what I want to do here is I want to glue these along the bottom. There's a method to my madness. It'll make sense in a few minutes. Now you have more scraps.
There's a navy one for boys.
Okay. Crazy how many scraps we have. I'm really shocked. I mean, did I know we could do this? I mean, we could even do more. I don't want to do more. I'm trying to, you know, get it all used up, but we could technically even do more with all these scraps. I mean, yes, Friday afternoon, how many cards did I make Friday? Like, I made a bunch Friday using this scrap situation.
Okay. Yeah.
This means we may have to have another day of this. I don't want to do another day of this. I want this to be done.
No worries. You're welcome.
Let's see how far we can get.
You're very welcome.
These look like quilts.
Mm-hmm. They look like my collage quilts I've been doing. Well, the 2 I've been doing. I've got the 3rd one started. ATC cards. Yes.
Yeah. You could get a lot of ATC cards out of this kind of scrappy situation. The only reason that wouldn't work for me is because the point of an ATC card is to share your art, and this is not my style of art.
Someone said, Brenda, just toss the remainder. Don't let her know.
Don't
Just
let her
throw it
know.
away.
Just throw it away. I agree. I'm okay with it.
Make confetti. Glitter and confetti are 2 things that just...
What I may do is make confetti, sit down on the floor, throw it up in the air, and just let it land on me and go, I used it all.
Used it all.
I used every bit of it.
Every bit. Interesting glue gun. That's our favorite glue gun.
We love this guy. Fantastic.
Scraps are like bunnies. They keep multiplying.
They multiply. That's the
Dust
truth.
bunnies too.
They also multiply. All right, here's my plan. See this little guy? I'm going to put him at the top of here, like so. Then I'm going to take my angle punch using the large angle.
Oh, here's it. Bobby said you could turn those into little pockets and slide in a piece of gum or small candy or a business card.
Sure could.
Hey, Terrence, I sure do miss you. I'd like to see you, your happy self.
All right,
So it's okay to be finishing my book.
they've had enough.
Yes.
We're all ready to move on. Okay, so that is the tags, except I'm going to do one more thing. Except for one more thing. I mean, that's not all of them. I still have, oh gosh, I still have so much left over there.
I think they get the gist.
That's not the point. It was the challenge. It was the challenge. Okay, so let's look at our ephemeras and see what we can add to these. This says celebrate. That's super cute. I'm going to put it there.
Dana said she just tuned in and saw her use that little black adhesive tool. What is that tool? Where can I get a glue gun like that? Carol said.
MaymayMadeIt.com. Look up glue press. My Sweet Petunia glue press. Actually, Tamitha will probably link it in just a second.
She said
there it
she's
is.
back. What did I miss? Everything, Tam.
We
Everything.
redid the whole thing, Tamitha. You missed every bit of it. We redid the whole thing.
She's got it. She's got you covered. Tam's got you covered. You got your money's worth out of that paperback.
Oh my gosh. This paper pack doesn't owe me a dime, y'all.
Out of stock.
My glue presses are? Let us double check.
They are.
Will you check the store?
They are.
Wow. Are they gone? We haven't been able to get them for a while?
I think so. I think we're waiting.
Oh, we're waiting on them?
We are out of stock.
Yippee cake, this one says.
I'm eyeing Vinnie's peanut butter crunchy and a spoon. That is
That's his.
amazing.
He always has something over there to eat.
Oh, I love peanut butter. I love crunchy peanut butter. When
This
I was
one's
a
cute.
kid,
I'm so proud of you. It's cute.
when I was a kid, I'd come home from school and get a piece of peanut butter and stick it down in the oatmeal box. Mama would be so mad at me. Oh. It would be cute if the scrap went up the side of the tags too.
Well, we've got more to do, so we'll do that next. That's not where I would normally put that, but I'm putting it there this time. See, that's part of the problem when you push yourself too hard. You're just like, yeah, that goes there. Yeah, that goes there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Janet said they've been out for a while. I can understand why. I mean, they're such a good tool. Yes, let's go have cake. Tina said, let's go have cake.
Tina Montville, I have to tell you something, and you're going to be shocked. When I left here Friday, I went to Associated Foods, and guess what they carry?
What?
Drake's. She introduced us to Drake's snack cakes.
I was going to say, what is that?
It's like a Little Debbie. No, it is not. No one, don't come for me. Here's what I mean. It is a Little Debbie adjacent.
Okay.
So it's not like Little Debbie. They're very, very, very good.
It's like
They're all
Miss Debbie's mama.
No,
Little Debbie's mama.
they're adjacent. They are in the same category of snack cake situation, and they're on the Little Debbie shelf at Associated Foods. But they are delicious. They are delicious. There may be a funny bone in there. You should try it. It's peanut butter and chocolate. Go see go see on the table if there is one.
Oh, here goes my diet.
You just said cake. It's cake. Go get some. By Amber. But they have them at Associated, and I did not see funny bones, but I did see some you didn't have, and I don't know if it's some you like or not. I just thought I'd tell you. And the funny, you know how, like, if you buy a red car and then everywhere you go you see red cars? That's how I saw them. You brought them in, and then everywhere I went, when I walked in there, I'm like, look at all those Drakes, and I would have never known them before because I'd never seen them before.
Oh my goodness, Tina.
Have you ever had them? I'm
gonna hit you when I see you.
Try one.
This coffee cake. Oh my goodness.
You're gonna love that funny bone though.
I'm gonna love the funny bone. Go peanut butter. Y'all can't hear me opening it. It sounds like a little mouse over here. Tell you a funny on Bucky. He likes mints, and in church he can't hear real good, y'all. He'll start opening one of those mints, and I go, Bucky.
I took Vince to the hearing doctor the other day, and there was a man in there. They took his hearing aid out because they were fixing it. And when they did, he got on his phone and was watching, I don't know, some social media. And you could hear it all across the room. And the reason, and I pointed it out to Vince, and I said, this is what the kids tell you. Because now Vince can hear. I said, the kids tell you all the time, hey, turn that down. Like, they can hear it across the room when you're watching it. It's so funny what he's learned.
I told Bucky, I said, shh. He said, am I making any noise?
Yeah,
out
really.
loud.
Yeah, out loud. Vinny's better now, aren't you, babe?
Oh, my.
You hear? Oh, gosh, he does that to me all the time. All the time. Huh?
Oh, my goodness.
They're amazing, aren't they?
See why I said don't call them Little Debbie's? Because that's offensive. They are Little Debbie adjacent.
You know what I like about this chocolate? It's not so lock your jaws chocolate.
Shannon said they're Little Debbie's pretty sister. That's funny. All right, let's do it.
I'm going to say the Little Debbie's mama.
Let's do this. I'm going to put, no, I threw it on the ground. Oh, no, you're going to be used, buddy.
Could be because I hadn't had sugar
You're
in like 2
going to
months.
be used, buddy.
Devil dogs. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I don't think they had the devil dogs. They had something else. She told us about devil dogs. They're like devil, little, what's it called? Devil's food. I couldn't get it out.
Devil dogs, yes. What? Okay, what's in the devil dogs?
They look similar to, what were they, something twins or something?
Was it the ding? I don't remember which one.
Some kind of twin cake from Little Debbie. Can't remember.
The only cake I grew up with was Mama's skillet cake, Sean. The reason I'm asking about the devil dogs, Verbina's mascot is the devil. Is that not the weirdest thing?
I know.
ever
I'm
made?
surprised it still is.
Well, Briar's trying to get it. Oh, it's like whoopie pies.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Oh my goodness, that's good.
Oh, Okay.
No one has a doctor's appointment.
Be careful. See you tomorrow.
I'll see.
Y'all tell Shannon. See y'all tomorrow. See her tomorrow. She's out.
See her tomorrow.
She's gone. She's out.
Her's out.
See you later.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Isn't that funny? She's. I know you're gonna agree with it. Look, I've been around Brenda long enough to know she's got a story. Okay, so when I say this, she said it was a treat to get store-bought cookies. It's so funny because everybody had a different. Like we talked about before, were you an ingredient household or were you a snack household? We didn't have either.
We didn't have.
We had what it took to feed us that day. Like we didn't have a pantry full of stuff. And Vince and I talk about this when Vince was growing up. They were a snack household. Like he had the thing that blew my mind about Vince's house, and we've talked about this on this show before, which I thought this was so funny. I went to his house. They had ice cream cones.
Are you serious?
Who had ice cream cones in their house?
Um,
Like who had boxes of ice cream cones in the pantry? If you wanted ice cream, you went and grabbed a cone.
we had ice cream once a year,
I didn't know anything about that.
and it was homemade. It
No,
was-
the only ice cream we ever had in my house, and Vince can attest to this because he knows my daddy. What do you think it was, Vince? The only ice cream we ever had in my house. Do you know?
I would think you bought that Metropolitan stuff.
He bought that fudge royal swirl in that huge bucket.
Oh,
That's what we would
that's the
get.
bucket that I'm talking about, but I
You
thought
said
were talking about the
Neapolitan.
chocolate, vanilla,
No, he bought
strawberry combo.
the fudge royal or fudge royale, whatever it
We're
was
talking
called.
about Your natural dad or your stepdad?
Not Eddie. Eddie had every flavor of ice cream. That's another one. Eddie had every flavor.
Yeah.
There'd be 15 flavors of ice cream in the freezer.
Mm.
And he's the one who introduced me to chocolate marshmallow almond, come to find out, which is like Rocky Road. I think it is similar, or it is Rocky Road. I don't know. But he always bought the Winn-Dixie brand, so it was chocolate marshmallow almond. And I just thought that was my favorite ice cream, and no one ever had it. And he said, you can just get Rocky Road. I was like, oh, what? I didn't know that.
If it didn't come out of the farmyard or out of the garden, we didn't have it. The only thing Mama really bought was flour and meal.
She bought milk?
Meal
Meal. I thought you said
for
milk.
cornbread.
I'll say, I imagine you were milking cows.
We had cows.
My
Yeah,
papa
cows
my
and
papa was a
chickens.
cattle farmer. He did cattle, he did watermelon, he didn't do he didn't have an orchard of any kind. We didn't have orchards or anything.
Papa did the hogs.
Now, Papa did hogs for a while and then he stopped doing hogs. He didn't like doing cow. He did cattle because it's what he made his living off of, but he didn't love all that. But Papa would never, don't you name one of them. Yes, Papa.
I love to churn because I would slip and get the heavy cream off the top.
Grandma milked the cow. We never had to do that. They had spring water and they had a ladle at the spring, and we would all go down to the spring on summer afternoons and drink from it, just skip
Yes.
out of it.
Yes.
So
yes,
cool.
yes.
I do love that. That was cool. They had a lot of acreage, and so we could just play everywhere.
That's the parents loved ice cream. They would buy 2 half-gallons every week because her mama would finish hers first, and then she'd start on her dad's.
It's so funny because Vince's parents are ice cream eaters, and that I think another thing they had we never had. They had chocolate syrup.
Mama
Like,
made chocolate syrup.
They had chocolate syrup, and
We
it
had chocolate syrup for breakfast.
and it just blew my mind because that's not how we were raised. Honestly, we had food for the meal.
When the grandkids were growing up, I would tell them snippets of things, not thinking they would listen, and they'll say, "Tell us about whatever
That they remember.
that they remembered," and now they want to know particulars.
I can't tell how many times I get asked to tell them the same story my mother told them over and over again. Tell us about that time this, that time that.
Mhm.
And I'm like, y'all know it backwards and forwards.
Yeah, but it imprints.
Mm-hmm.
And you talk a lot like your mom too, so it brings her back.
Oh, it does. It does.
Yeah, Susie Q, I love my chocolate gravy. I also loved blackberry gravy, is what I called it, but basically it was cooked blackberries with sugar.
Okay, so I have, these will be tags. I'm going to punch the corners and punch the tops. They will be tags, and I will put on what I have left of ephemera. Then, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you. I put too many in, but we're going to let it ride. Okay. So here's all of these, which will get something on them to make them super cute. Here's what is left, plus the ones we did earlier. Here's what is left. I have this sheet complete sheet, and this. Can you believe how far this is going?
I mean, forever.
And here's the deal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make you wait for a cliffhanger on, let's see, when do I want to do it? Wednesday or Thursday night? Either Wednesday or Thursday, depending on when I can do it, when I can get it done. Either Wednesday or Thursday. I'll either go live Wednesday and I'll tell you what we're doing with this because I want to think about it.
Yeah.
I want to figure out what I'm doing with this. Or I'll have it done and show you Thursday. But if I go live Wednesday, it'll be around the same. We kind of go live around the 10, 11 o'clock kind of time frame, it seems like. But today, we did all of this so far. I haven't finished because I want to put some sort of sentiment on here. I may have to make some sentiments for these even. But you guys, this paper pack is not ending.
It's forever.
It's not ending. It's here. It's here. It's here. It's these guys.
Marcy wants to know how often you switch out your paper trimmer blade.
It's this stack, and it is also this stack. I'm going to tell you something. I don't change my blade very often. I do not change very often. I know people who change theirs a lot more often than I do. I pay attention to my blade. Here's what I do. I try to use every bit of it. I use both sides of my blade, especially a razor. This one in particular is a razor blade because it's, let me take it off and show you. This one in particular, come off, is got a blade, you know, on both sides of the point. So I make sure I go up and down. Or if I'm not going up and down, flip it around and use both sides of it before it goes dull. Then I pay attention. You might have noticed today that the orange paper I cut had a little bit of fiber. I didn't have any left of it. The orange paper released a little fiber around the edges, just a tiny bit. And when I first cut, I went, oh, it's time to change my blade. But then when I cut the yellow paper, there was no fiber. So sometimes it's paper and not your blade. And I pay attention. If it's, you know, if I cut one and I see it start to fray on the edges, that doesn't mean change my blade. That means it could be the paper I'm using because I do dig from my stash, especially this kind of colorway. If you know me at all, these are not my colorway. So the paper that we're getting to use up is not paper that I normally use. Like even when Brenda was looking for paper, she was all over the place because it's not like it's stacked up from years and years. So who knows? I don't even know what paper this is. Like you see that right there? That's from my punch. That's a very fibrous paper, whereas this one is not. So pay attention to your paper. And it's also depending on what you use it for. I don't use mine for chipboard anymore. Like I quit doing that a long time. But now that I use the Tim Holtz trimmer, that thing's a dream. So anything thicker, or that's what I use all the time. But anyway, watch your trimmer. You have to know, because don't just think if you have one piece of paper that frays, it's time to change your blade. It's not. Not always. You really have to watch.
I can't. I think I've only changed it one time. And how long have I been?
Honestly,
forever.
Lately, I've had to change my trimmers faster. Not that my trimmers are bad, but we've been trying new trimmers.
True.
And because we don't use the Cricut one anymore, I can't get it anymore. So we started using different trimmers. Like this guy right here has I don't think I'll ever change this blade.
I like that one, but
I don't use it as often, but I don't. But even Shannon will tell you, we rarely change our blades.
The only thing that I use that mostly for is photographs.
Oh, I love that for photos. I will say, I'm not going to say cheap paper, Marcy, because honestly, I've had expensive paper that does it. It depends on the paper.
That's not cheap paper.
I don't have any cheap paper in my stash. I really don't, because I'm a person who's going to buy cardstock I can use across the board, and I'm real picky about my cardstock. So I can tell you that the fact that this feathered is not because it's cheap cardstock. It's just the fibers in it. And some brands are more fibrous than others. And if they have a texture, they're more fibrous. So don't, what is it? Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's kind of what it is. Don't blame your trimmer when it could be your paper.
Exactly.
Could be your paper. All right. I think that's it. I think I need to go feed the hubs and Brenda at this point.
Huh? Yes.
So I hope you're enjoying it. We're really getting there. Like, let me show you how much ephemera I have left. And we're down to that one sheet that we've got done. Y'all told me I could get rid of that little tiny bit of scraps. Here's all the ephemera I have left. And I'm going to come up with something for this page. And then we will get back together about that either Wednesday, or I'll have it done and show you Thursday. It won't be my Thursday night craft, but I'll have it done and I can show you Thursday. I want to remind you of two things before we go, okay? Number one, tomorrow is Mr. Jim's bracelet sale. He obviously will not be here in the sale. That he was never intended to be here, but he is in the hospital, so I need you guys to be praying for him. He has got fluid around his heart, but they have been pulling it off, and that's a good thing. And Miss Carol needs your prayer because she's having to stay up with him a good bit, and she really, really needs your prayers too. So we're going to continue on with the sale because they asked us to. We asked them if they want us to. They said yes. And we're going to be doing the whole sale for them, and no money comes to us. I want to make sure you understand. We are just trying to sell out Mr. Jim's inventory. It is a lot, and I don't want him to just have that there. And more than that, I want y'all to have his bracelets. It's incredible. His bracelets are great. And the other thing I want to remind you of is on Thursday night, we will be opening registration for the fall Crafticropolis. So if you want to go ahead and make sure you're locked in for fall Crafticropolis, which is the new Cropolis, I'll explain it when we get there Thursday night. And we're going to have the descriptions of all the classes for the summer Crafticropolis. So if you've been waiting to buy your tickets to see what we'll be teaching, we'll have that on Thursday night as well, plus a bunch of new products. So if I don't see you before then, if you come to Mr. Jim's sale, I should tell you this, you do have to register. So use the link. Tamitha, if you don't mind, after the video is not live anymore, would you put it in the description for the people who are watching later? And if you use that link, you can go register to attend Mr. Jim's sale. Even if you don't buy anything, come over there and watch. It's a lot of fun. Claim sales are a little bit different, a little more high energy. I say that we'll all be tired tomorrow, but we'll try to keep it up. We'll try to keep the energy up. All right. We love you guys. We hope you have a good rest of your afternoon. And until next time, bye now.
Bye.